Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode, and yeah, we in the van. Yes, Liz over here, and we've caught up with family, we've caught up with friends, we've had a lovely weekend catching up with friends. Liz catching up, seeing horses again, and that's been fantastic. A few emotions were going on as well, and yeah, so this is the start of another journey, and we now trekking back to Bundaberg.
But we've got a few things to do on the way.
Yeah. So for those guys that are waiting to pick up their van and that are going to pick up the van, this is the process that you're gonna need to go through. So we're gonna take you guys with us and show you what's going on after you pick up your van. So
what we've got planned is we have to go to Vic Roads this morning before we leave Victoria to get the engineering certification that we've had done on the car. Vic Roads approved, so they can probably bump up the amount of registration they're going to charge us. So we'll get a bit of a nasty shock there this morning, and then from there we're coming home, hooking up, heading up north. We are booked in for the Cruise Master suspension complimentary check near Brisbane on our way. So it's 1,000 kilometres, and they just give it all a bit of a check out, make sure everything's going well. It's a complimentary service. So we've just rung up the guys now, and they've squeezed us in on our return journey off a Thursday morning. So it means that as soon as we get back from Vic Roads, we're going to have to hook up and hightail it out of here.
So sorry to cut you off there. Book in advance with Cruise Master. And
we didn't know about it till Friday,
so do a bit of research, book in advance, and so now we're gonna have to be rushing to go all the way there. So what else are we doing, Mum?
But Friday morning we are booked in with Brisbane RVs, 8 o'clock in the morning, for the 2,000 kilometre shakedown service. So every new van after a couple of thousand Ks needs to go back and check that everything's working properly, that nothing's been, nothing's happened, and they just give it the full check. So we're booked in. They've squeezed us in for Friday, so that way we don't need to drive 4.5 hours back down the following weekend. So they've been really, really accommodating, and Brisbane RVs have been awesome. I think that shakedown service, it's not complimentary. I think it's $450 from memory, and that takes 3 or 4 hours. So make sure you book all this in. If you're travelling and picking up your vans, you can plan your journey around it. And we're on a bit of a tight schedule time wise, so it just means that we have to pull our finger out.
Rush.
We're not going to rush, but we're just not going to go, a couple of nights here and a day there. Yeah. We're just going to chug along slowly and consistently, and get up to Brisbane, and then we can relax for a couple of days as we get these things done with the van, and then head home on Friday afternoon. So
So you're excited to see the cats?
Oh, look, it's bittersweet, my kids are here, my friends are here, my horses are here, so it's great to see them, but it's going to be another farewell again, and that's really hard. So I've been crying all weekend.
All right, we're going to leave it here, guys. So we're going to take you guys with us as usual on this journey, and if you're new on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for future videos that are coming up, and there's some exciting stuff that is coming up as well. You guys stay tuned, it's gonna be epic. So guys, let's go. Don't mind this, we forgot a step at home, so we're just using bricks. So airbag suspension, Cruise Master, we had to go with that. Have a go at this. We had a chat with Ramon. We're gonna put our sticker here. We don't want to cover that because that's that's masterpiece. There you go. It's a bit crooked, but oh, Liz is gonna head down. All right, guys, this is us. We are leaving now. We are starting to head to Queensland now. We're gonna try go a little bit slow and take it easy. Now we're gonna go from here to Bendigo, get a Weber to cook tonight, and yeah, and off we go slowly wherever we get tonight. We're gonna try and avoid to drive at night, but we're gonna try and put in, it's 3 o'clock now. We're gonna try and put in probably 4 hours.
Here we are, barbecues galore in Bendigo on the way back up north. We have added this little purchase to our kit here. So yeah, so be able to plan some great meals for tea tonight on our road up to, I think we're heading up to Deniliquin. What's going on, Rhino?
I normally carry everything from zip ties to tie-down straps, but when I go and look for them, they're not there. So I'm using Max Tracks. These are for recovering Max Tracks when they, you know how when your Max Tracks are deep down buried in the sand. So these are recovery straps or whatever it is. So I'm gonna zip tie. I have small zip tie, not big zip ties. So until we found tie-down straps, so that's gonna get this not, you know, it's not gonna flip around.
Somebody's a happy camper.
Oh yeah. First night off grid, and yeah, we got the Weber, we're cooking now, and yeah, it's amazing. The Murray's just over here.
It's not the Murray.
No?
No, it's the Edwards River.
Edwards River. Stand corrected. It's the Edwards River. And yeah, this is living, Barry. Alright, we are boiling the kettle right now. And yeah, so far so good. And I'm gonna be switching off this as soon as possible. So yeah,
we're at Willoughby's Beach in Deniliquin. That's where we've pulled up for the night. Not much beach left. The river is actually, the Edward River is running a bit high at the moment with all the rain that's been happening everywhere. And yep, here's our spot we've pulled over for the night. Yes, big trees, familiar sounds, familiar smells, and it's not the Murray, but it's a little bit close. Looks great in the natural environment.
morning.
We're ready to hit the road, heading up towards Narrabri today.
Guys, we've done an oopsie here, big time. So, oh yeah, I don't know what happened. But when I was driving, I was checking it and it wasn't flapping at all. So when I was driving, have a look at this. Okay, this has broken. So probably this came off somehow and hit that. So it's broken here. We managed to tape it up and yeah. But when we left, we checked everything, and this wasn't. Yeah. But anyway, so this is the reason why we're going straight to Brisbane. Not this is. We were going to Brisbane already for a 2000k shakedown. All right. So these things are gonna fix things like this, get rectified, and see how we go. There's no point of beating myself about it. It's already done. There's nothing I can do about it, but it's a good thing we're going to Brisbane. They're gonna check it out, and yeah, so make sure this is clipped in. because this is the door that comes out. This is two different doors. There's two different doors in here. So the mesh door and this one as well. So this was clipped in, must have came out. We had an angle, so I think it happened while we parked up. So anyway, all right, there you go. Liz is in charge for driving now, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're sharing the drive, so see how we go.
It's just a big horse float without the horses.
A little bit bigger. So yeah, so far so good. As you saw, we had quite a bit of a bingle before.
We didn't have a bingle.
No, with the glass.
We had an incident.
Yeah.
A bingle is a crash.
Oh, righto. Okay.
Get with the lingo.
There you go. But yeah, it's not Masterpiece's fault at all. I think it's just us being new in the van industry, and it pays to slow down and check everything if it's good to go. Once you got it done pat, and then you can start rushing. But yeah, all good. We haven't been watching news much, but we're seeing quite a lot of water on the roads, and apparently there's floods where in New South Wales, isn't it? Sydney. Well, we are in New South Wales.
Yeah, we are in New South Wales.
There you go, look at that.
Yeah. Go over there.
Alright guys, there you go. We're just getting out of Narrabri. Woke up this morning, it was pissing down with rain last night, and yeah, it's just as easy as
So much drier
driving
and warmer
away.
in a van than
Yeah.
in the camper trailer.
Yeah,
We've
absolutely.
been here in the camper trailer in the pouring rain.
in pouring rain.
So having compared the two, hands down.
Yeah, this is
van
a best,
awesome.
yeah, best experience ever. So we're gonna fill up a little bit with water, and yeah, head to Brisbane. We have to be at
Cruise Master tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
so when you pick up your van, guys, I don't know if I've mentioned this on this previous episode. When you pick up your van, it has to do a
1,000k suspension check.
Yep.
So if you're travelling to pick it up, plan it into your journey back.
Yep.
We didn't do that, but we're fortunate we had a couple of days we were going to actually go camp and enjoy it in the peace in the bush. But we now have to camp up at Cruise Master or at Brisbane RVs.
Yeah.
But at least it saves us having to drive 4.5 hours or 5 hours back down to Brisbane to get it done
Absolutely.
straight away. So
Alright guys, that's awesome. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take you guys with us. We're gonna show you what exactly they do on a suspension check on your van, and on a 2000 Caravan shakedown. So we're gonna show you guys what they do. We got water, baby.
yeah. Morning guys. Okay, just a little heads up on travelling on the road. Okay, we are learning how to find RV rest stops now that we've got a van, because that's something that we've never done before, and we've been looking for, normally we look for free camping. So as we're travelling along the way now, we are looking for RV rest stops and things like that, just to become a bit more familiar with Narrabri Showgrounds have the best public showers. The water is scalding hot. There is tons of it. There's never anybody around. You don't even get wet feet the way they've designed their shower cubicles. It has a dry section to stand in. So even though we had the van shower, we both opted for the Narrabri showers. There were heaps and heaps and heaps of vans there last night. There's lots of spots where you can fill up with water. The power poles have 4 or 5 outlets from them, so that if you've got your extension cord, you're going to find a spot that you can plug in for the power. And it's really quiet. There's only just the vans there, and I don't think we were aware of anybody else, even though we were all really close to each other. So yeah, can't recommend it strongly enough. Narrabri Showgrounds. We can't wait to get back to sunny Queensland.
Alright guys, there you go. We made it to Brisbane. We're just on the outskirts of Brisbane at the moment. We are at Tarleton and Alana. One of our friends, not Coside Industries, but roaming in Narrabri. I reckon you guys have seen them on one of our videos. And Coside Industries are also here. Mimo and Simo, we're gonna sit back and relax. They're getting the first glimpse. No, not the first glimpse. But they are in real life. They're getting the first glimpse of the van, and we're just gonna take a chill pill, have a few drinks, and cook up some barbecue. And Tarleton and Alana, thank you for having us at your place, guys. Really appreciate it. And yeah. Alright guys, we are at Cruise Master now, and we're about to back into the workshop. They're doing a 1000 suspension checkup, and yeah, we'll see how we go. So I'm going to reverse in and see how we go. Alright guys, as we said, we are at Cruise Master, and we have Grant here over here.
Hey guys.
And he's going to tell us exactly what we have to do, what's going to happen today. Grant?
So yeah, so with every genuine Cruise Master suspension on a brand new vehicle, or caravan or camper, we offer a complimentary service, first service free. So it's 1000k or so. The guys get in underneath, they'll check the brake tension, the brake adjustments, wheel alignment, wheel stud tension check on the wheel nuts. We check the tyres for wear, airbag system, we get the ride height set correct. We grease all the hinge points. We use a thread check on all the fasteners, shock bolts, hinge bolts, rebound cables, anything that's under there. We set all the tensions there, all the thread checks applied to all the nuts and bolts. Once the guys are done from under there, they'll do the wheel alignment, so toe in, toe out's checked, adjusted accordingly, same as the camber. And then we'll come and check the coupling, check the tension on the coupling bolts, thread check those. We check your breakaway system, we test all your lights and make sure everything's good, and then you're right to go. So that's all part of a free service for a genuine, genuine Cruise Master.
So roughly how many hours does this take?
Normally about an hour. Not about an hour. The guys do a couple of these a week, and being our suspension, they know like the back of their hands. So, this is Kieran's idea from some years ago to offer a free service to all the genuine Cruise Master owners with their new vehicles.
There you go. So yeah, that's absolutely
it's
amazing.
A great incentive. So
awesome.
Puts everyone's minds at rest, which is good.
Yeah, too easy.
both sides.
Can I ask a question about what you were just explaining with the
breakaway?
Breakaway.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting whatever happened, if the tow hitch came out of the car.
If the tow bar, like when you're in an accident, anything can happen. So if you're in an accident, the idea of the breakaway system is if the Caravan detaches completely from the car, that wire pulls that breakaway switch out. Once it pulls that breakaway out, it makes the circuit and the brakes apply immediately on the Caravan. So it stops the Caravan moving any further, slows it down, if it's on its wheels that is.
Yep.
If you tow in an accident, if the tow bar does get ripped out of your vehicle, if your breakaway system is connected to the tow bar, it's not going to activate. So you need a separate entity to
like a recovery point or something.
Or a recovery point or something, a bracket that's made up that's attached to your vehicle and not your tow bar.
Yep.
A bracket that might be able to come around the top of your tow bar and be attached in that manner.
Okay.
So that's what you need to do. It's nothing major, but we do recommend you that you get it done if you can.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. It's like horse riding when you have a crash vest and you plug it into your saddle. So if you leave your saddle, the crash vest goes and it protects you. Same principle.
Yeah.
So what are we doing now?
Okay, so last port of call with our 1000k check is we need to check your lights, make sure everything's right at the back there, and also we'll check the breakaway switch to make sure when I pull that cord that your brakes apply to your Caravan, so and make sure it's working.
Cheers. All right, let's get started.
No worries. So we'll do lights first, mate.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Indicators. Yep. Right side good. Left side. Yep. Number plate's working. That's good. Okay. Can you stick it in gear and handbrake off? Just keep your foot on the brake for a second. Yep. All right. Hang on a second.
Hang on.
Okay. Try and roll forward. Can you feel resistance from the Caravan? Yep. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's disengaged now, mate, so you're right to go. Everything works and we're happy. Indicators, right, left, stop lights, tail lights, and breakaway switch. Beautiful. Done. Good job, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Grant.
No worries at all.
And it's taken less than an hour.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, Kel's normally pretty thorough, but he's done, like I said, he doesn't mean he sleep, so. Yeah.
I think he was in under the car within 1.5 minutes of us arriving.
Yeah, no, the boys, if they see a 1000k turn up, it's all tools down and bring up their toolboxes and they get going on them, yeah.
All right, so how's the experience at Cruisemaster so far?
These guys are so professional. They've explained everything. They're not camera shy. That's great.
No, yeah, that's actually
very,
good, yeah.
very helpful and accommodating. They were in under the car within literally 1.5 minutes of us getting here. Super efficient, and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
absolutely.
really impressed.
All right, guys, so there you go. When you have your suspension, make sure you come here, check these boys out. They'll look after you. So it's what we're doing is a 1,000. I know we've mentioned this before. It's a 1,000 free suspension check with Cruisemaster. So that's only Cruisemaster suspension.
With the brand new Cruisemaster system, it comes complimentary.
Yeah, it does come complimentary, and and the service, it goes. You know, you check with them how often that you need a service on your suspension, but these guys have gone above and beyond, and absolutely amazing, and yeah, it's awesome. One of the reasons that we are here in Brisbane, we've been hanging around in Brisbane. I don't know if you're following us on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. We've been hanging around for a little bit here because we had to do a 1,000 suspension checkup with Cruisemaster. Other reason we're here at Brisbane RV, so we picked up the van in Melbourne. As you guys have been following the journey, now we are at Brisbane RV. We're doing a 1,000, no, it's a 2,000k shakedown. All right. just to check everything is gold, just to check everything is alright. What's going on, everybody? There you go, the van is ready to go. That took them from this morning around about 8 to probably 2 o'clock. They were doing a shakedown and the service, everything like that. So we're just gonna go through a few little things that they've done on the van. And if you have a look, the door has been fixed, and that was an operator error.
So as I said, two catch pins. So as I said, we've got 2 catch pins on these, you know. So that's what we want to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure that's nice and full. With these doors, you know that already. That's our lock position.
Yep.
And open position. We need to put it in the lock position before we turn the keys.
Yep.
So this door is actually very good, unlike, and I'll show you another door here.
Yep.
This is why Masterpiece used that door. So this is a very, very common Camec door. You lock it and that sort of flips in. Okay, now
Yep.
if you look at that, it's got one seal there, and this is supposed to keep the mosquitoes out, right? Notice there's no seal over here. Okay? So that there is the only way that it will keep dust out. Now I'm going to show you the difference on your door. So first of all, we've got a compression seal here.
Yes.
Okay? We've got another seal over here.
Yes.
Okay? Plus we've got a lip that overlays.
Righto.
Yep.
Okay.
There you
Okay. Now, unlike that door there, when you guys compresses it, what it
Sucks
does
it
is
in.
it sucks it
go.
into
Sucks
that
it in,
seal.
yeah.
So
Righto.
this is great for off-road use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Awesome.
So that's a benefit of this door
Of these kind of doors.
over the, can I say, the common Camec?
Yeah.
Common
Yes.
Camec.
Yep.
So the other thing is, it's got stainless steel latches.
Yep.
Cast iron latches. So it's a little bit more expensive door, but it's well
It's
worth it.
well, yeah. Righto.
Yep.
And I guess the other nice thing that I like about this is it's an Australian company.
There you go.
We support Australia.
Yep.
So your Caravan is fitted with 3 what I refer to as wash-up water tanks. So this leads to our basin over here,
Yep.
our shower, our washing machine, sink, basin, shower, washing machine. Okay, so this is for washing up.
Yeah.
Your Caravan is also fitted with a drinking water tank. Okay, so that is for fresh drinking water. Now, the reason why they do that is to isolate your drinking water. Okay, so it's got its own filler, own pump, own tap.
So if
Okay.
you have to use dodgy water somewhere, you don't put it into your drinking water, you put it into the other one.
Exactly. So you guys can replenish by means of a pump or whatever from a river, creek, bore water,
Yep.
and literally just replenish your wash-up water without contaminating
You're drinking water.
your drinking water.
No.
What you can do is, if you go to all, so notice it's 95,
Yep.
95, 95. So
The
that drinking water is a smaller tank, 62 liters only.
Yep.
So these are your pumps.
Yes.
Okay. So that's your drink pump. Okay. That's the wash pump. Okay. I've just put a grey water on that gate, so
Yep.
you know that's for the grey water tank.
Yep.
Okay. So we've got 4 tanks. The last one is just to catch our rain.
Yes.
So that's everything that runs through
Yep.
these taps. Drinking water. Your drinking water will always squirt like that because they use a 9.5 litre per minute pump to go through a small tap like that. So it's just something, unfortunately, we've got to live with.
Yep.
The next size down pump in 12 volt is 3.5 litres, and it's just, you're going to take ages to fill it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why everybody just sticks with a 9.5.
Yep.
Fits in the same footprint. This makes it easier, but yeah, unfortunately, it will spit a bit.
It was good, yeah.
That's
Okay. Okay.
Wasn't
Whereas the other one gives you a nice even flow.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's just because of the size of the spout.
Yeah.
Right. So always we want to put our tanks off
Yep.
when we're in transit.
Yep.
The reason for that is because if we go over bumpy roads, flick mixers go. And what happens by the time you get to your destination, all your water's
You
gone.
wouldn't have any water.
Okay. So always turn those pumps off before you travel. So down here, we've got two pumps. This one at the back is for our wash-up water. That's for our drinking water.
Okay.
So you don't really have to touch that one. You see it comes from the tank in.
Yep.
Out to that little spout there,
Yep.
and only to that little spout. Doesn't go anywhere else.
Go anywhere else. Yep.
Whereas these goes to all the so in your wash-up tank, you've got 3 taps here as well. The reason for that is if you want to isolate your wash-up tanks as well,
Yep.
you can do it. So, and normally people do this for weight reasons, the weight of the caravan,
Yeah.
right? So you can decide, I want to use one tank first, right?
Yep.
When that is finished, I'll close that one up,
Yep.
which is always the crossway from the pipe,
Yep.
and open my next tap.
Righto. Yeah.
So that way you can use them individually. You know what I mean?
Individually, yeah. Yeah.
You don't
Are they all
have.
interconnected? So like, if you use water, are they all interconnected and then over the 3 tanks they go
No.
down, or it will empty one and then it switches
Yeah.
to the next?
You can use it that way just by opening all 3
All
taps.
3 of them, yeah.
But like I said, and it's maybe just another way, I guess, to regulate your water use.
Yep.
Ooh, shit! I've literally used one. I've used one tank. I've only got 2 left. I better slow down
better
or
slow
whatever.
down,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So that's probably the most common reason for that. Or maybe you want to just fill one tank with creek water or whatever.
Yes.
You can still isolate the other 2. You know what I mean? Wash,
Yep.
wash, drink.
Drinking.
So how often do we need to
So-
get this service?
So we want to service a caravan every 10,000 k's or 12 months, just depending on how you travel.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people think they don't. A lot of people that don't use their van as often as some people. I think if it can stay in the yard for 6 months, they don't have to service it. That's an absolute myth. If sun hits that wheel, grease depletes, it becomes watery. Next time with the use, you don't lubricate your bearings like you should. So regardless whether you use your van or not use your van, you want to service it every 12 months, 10,000 k's.
It'll be every 10,000 k's
Every
for
10,
us.
yeah, for us it'd be every 10,000. Yep.
So it's very important. On a service, generally, wheels off, brakes, bearings inspection, magnets. Today we checked all your hatches and lubricated all the hatches.
Yep.
Drop down legs. Check all your driving lights, which is a safety issue.
Yep. Yep.
We do a quick check on your plug, 12-pin plug. Make sure all the lights work. Make sure there's no shorts in the light. We found a van this morning where there was a short in the light, and the customer didn't even know it. The plug was mounted. Check the Anderson plug. Test the stability control if fitted, as well as the power to
That's
the
the power.
fridges.
Yep. Yep.
So,
And
yeah.
you've labelled all of our water pumps.
And we've labelled all that stuff. Yeah. So, and then wheels back on. We talked the wheel nuts back to 69 newton meters, 96 newton meters. 69 is not good. 96 newton meters. So yeah, all up to spec again. Check the coupling, check the handbrake. Make sure those nuts are torqued as well. With a new van, you know, stuff moves.
Yep.
Beds in, sets in. So, but yeah, she's all good to go.
Awesome.
Excellent.
All right. All right, guys, that's a wrap. We are at Brisbane RV. These guys are super awesome. Come check these guys out, and if we have any problems at all, just give him a call. So guys, hopefully everything that we posted so far on these episodes have been really helpful for you guys. So that's a wrap for now, and if you really like this video, guys, please like, subscribe, share it. And yeah, just get this information as out there as possible for those guys that have vans, that are buying vans, that are thinking of buying vans. Hopefully this has been helpful, guys. So for now, we're gonna we're heading to Bundy. So tomorrow we're heading back to Bundy, and yeah, back to home, see our little fair herds, and see how we go. Guys, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the episode. Let's go.